So if I'm a humanitarian, it's because I believe that the work each of us does in technology has the most value when it benefits individuals that we may never, ever meet. And if I'm global, it's because I understand that there are more connections between us than we may ever know. So I'm grateful for the honor tonight, but even more gratified to see the ongoing results of the inspiration from the Tech Awards. This is one Silicon Valley product that I think we can all be proud of.
I always thought philanthropy was something I would get involved in after I retired, when I was much older. But then one day, my wife Melinda and I were reading about millions of children dying from diseases in poor countries that were eliminated in this country. It even included a disease I'd never heard of, rotavirus, and it said it was killing 500,000 kids each year. I thought, that can't be right. You know, I read the news all the time. I read about the plane crashes and things. Where is the news about these 500,000 kids dying? And understanding that, it's hard to escape the conclusion that in our world, some lives are seen as worth saving, but others are not. And that really gave us the impetus not only to start earlier, but to be the central priority of our giving.
Technology of itself is neutral. The application determines if it's good or bad, or more often, I guess, both good and bad. It's advancing so fast, it's really changing society at an unprecedented rate, and the pace is accelerating. I think that relates to a law that we heard mentioned a little earlier. Already we're straining the planet's resources. You know, the atmosphere is getting polluted. We have global warming problems. I don't see us changing our lifestyles enough to save these problems. We have to depend on new technology that'll let us take better advantage of what's out there so we can increase the living standards of this vast population that now is aware of what goes on in the rest of the world.
Poverty is created by the system that we built. That's why I keep talking about the system. How do we change those places where it contributes to keeping people in poverty? Technology is the most powerful thing which can undo the whole thing, bring out the capacity that all human beings have.
Studies show that creativity in children is 3 times better at predicting future success than intelligence. CQ trumps IQ. And because in today's modern economy, teaching a child how to think over what to think is a cornerstone of progress. Knowledge is static, thinking dynamic. But static is better than tragic, which is what describes the life of millions of children growing up without an education. In short, we need the unthought of to be thought, the undreamt of to be dreamt. And that's what you do best. It's what you can bring to the Global Education Challenge.
When I was a teenager, I had a major wake-up call when my father came home one day and announced that he had cancer and that it looked pretty bad. And then he said something that has stuck with me to this day. He said that he wasn't so much afraid of dying, but that he hadn't yet done the things that he wanted to do with his life. And this was a defining moment for me. I knew then that what I wanted to do was to make the most of my life and try to make a difference in the biggest issues of the world. But global problems are complex, and when system-level changes are needed, the power of one, or even the power of many, often won't do. Sometimes we need the power of a great many to move humanity forward.
Making a difference in water, education, healthcare, and shelter are all extremely important, and these young innovators have demonstrated the impact of such work. These innovators are doing something even more important to shape the lives of the poor. They are giving confidence and dignity to the poor. Confidence and dignity, in my opinion, are extremely important to everybody, and in particular to the poor, to take advantages of the economic opportunities that a society provides.
I took a bunch of kids to the White House. The president looked at the kids and he said, you know, when I was a young person, I saw an inscription on the cornerstone of a very old church in Europe. And the cornerstone of this church said, a task without a vision is drudgery. A vision without a task is but a dream. A vision and a task is a hope of the world. And call me naive, I believe more than I ever have that it is the technical community that's going to put the right tasks to the right visions to solve the problems this world has.
For the past 55 years, I have been a direct beneficiary of Moore's Law. And for the last 35 years, a Silicon Valley resident techie. Not really. I don't drive a Tesla, and I even don't have an iPhone 6S. But I do have some fancy shirts.
We're truly honored to be the first couple to receive this prestigious award. Congratulations to the laureates. Their youth and enthusiasm gives us all hope for the future.